Okay, I hope you can see me well. Okay, in this video I wanted to talk about, as you know, my new style is a little bit like inspirational or just trying to be helpful. In this video I want to talk about holiday struggles, temptations during COVID especially. It is hard, okay? It is hard for a lot of people. I've known a lot of people and know a lot of people in my life who are struggling right now with especially weight gain and temptations, being at home and not being as busy, not being as active as pre-COVID times, you know. It's hard, and I want to share a little something from me, my life. And it's been such a success, even though it sounds so maybe like stupid, but for me it was a big success. And it's Thanksgiving meal, Thanksgiving Day. I didn't know how I would react this year because last year on Thanksgiving I had a binge on Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, and I tried to push myself to exercise and burn it off, but it didn't end well and I felt horrible and I hated that year of Thanksgiving and Christmas too, and New Year's. It was all of them. Binge. Oh, sorry, the focus is going weird. I hope it's fine. But anyways, so for me it was very hard mentally and physically. I gained weight and it's been stable. It didn't go off since then, like 20 pounds. So I didn't gain weight during COVID, but I did gain weight last year a lot before COVID. So I could see how during COVID it may have that temptation, that struggle for some people. However, for me, this Thanksgiving was one of the best Thanksgivings ever. Food-wise, mentally, food relationship-wise. I can't explain it, but I felt amazing because I remembered, and I think it is, I think it's part of the reason why is because last year it was so bad that this year I implemented something else and wanted to change that, and I didn't want it to be like last year again. So for me, last year I binged, felt horrible, gained weight, my face blew up, my face was in acne, and it was just, and I went off of being even vegan, like everything, like I went completely the other way. And it was pretty bad. So this year I was so afraid to feel like that again, that because I created a habit and lifestyle of eating that really works for me, I thought to myself, okay, what is the closest thing I could do that would kind of match my lifestyle, but at the same time help me stay on track, but also give me a treat so that I don't binge afterwards or feel deprived. So what I did for Thanksgiving this year was, and I wanted to enjoy making myself something, the cooking process. I didn't want to just eat and wait until the food comes again and eat again. Like that's what it was last year. And that was horrible because I didn't cook anything. I felt horrible. I was full already at the meal because I binged all day. It was not a fun experience. So this year I thought to myself, I want to be hungry this time when my meal comes because I want to enjoy the flavors. When you're hungry, you enjoy the flavors more. But I don't want to be starving to the point of I just stuff my face and don't feel the flavors. I also want it to be as healthy but as delicious as possible. Kind of combine both of those. I want it to stay in the vegan lines. And I decided to just have what I would want to have that Thanksgiving meal. So I would have my regular, I usually have 2 meals, like I've said. And my first meal I still had, I made a smoothie, but I didn't have as much as I usually would for my first meal. Not because I wanted to restrict, but because I wanted to really be hungry for my second meal. And because my second meal that we were all decided to have it at 5, which is usually earlier than I usually have it around 6. So I was flexible, and I gave myself I would sit down and eat as much as I want for my second meal, if that makes sense. So I enjoyed making it. I made actually 2 pies, and one I couldn't have because it had gluten, but I wanted to really try to make apple pie, and the other one was vegan pumpkin pie, gluten-free vegan, and it was healthy. I had a goal of not even being super healthy. I decided I'll just make as best as I can with, and you know, homemade ingredients is always better than store-bought. I could have bought a vegan dessert, but I really wanted to enjoy making it. So I made a raw vegan actually, pumpkin pie, and it was so good. And it was a bit more junky because later on I bought almond milk whipping cream, and put that on top. But everything else, it was out of dates and nuts and pumpkin puree, just plain pumpkin puree, and it was super, yes, it had like almond milk which has some additives, but overall it was one of the healthiest but most delicious Thanksgiving meals I've ever had, and I didn't feel like guilty. I didn't feel sick after. I didn't overeat, but I let myself, because I was hungry, I ate half that pie, but I felt, and it was calorie dense because of the dates and nuts. Plus I made a soup. I made a mushroom soup, vegan, but it was really like calorie dense with like coconut milk and tamari and all this like flavors and salt. Usually I don't have so special meals. I try to make my meals simple and easy and healthy. But this was, first of all, I could have this on any day, I guess, but the reason I don't is because it kind of takes a lot of time, and it's high in sodium and all of these things. So overall, it was like, that's what I had. And I also was gonna buy these like vegan meat and make out of it something, but I couldn't find any at the store. They were all like gone or out of, I don't know what happened to them. But I decided to make one at home, which could be even healthier. So I made that for my soup to go together, and a potato, baked potato, very simple, nothing added even, and it was delicious. And I had some sauces and stuff. I made a cranberry, kind of like a juice that I also had, which, I don't know, for me it was such a good meal, and I want to do the same for Christmas. For Christmas I'm planning to make cinnamon rolls, vegan cinnamon gluten-free rolls. I'm really excited for that. I already am prepared by all the ingredients, and I'm really want to make that. And for New Year's I wanted to make like maybe chia pudding bowls or something. I've been looking up recipes and have some ideas, but overall, and because of that, I don't feel the need to binge earlier or after, because I enjoyed the meals, and then I want to get back on my usual track because I feel sometimes a little bit more bloated or more salt, and I want to get back on the next day. Like I want to go back to my usual more clean, and you know, I still have days when I go off track, even not on the holidays, and I just go back right to it because I like my usual lifestyle now so much of what I eat and how I eat that I enjoy it. And I don't know what my weight is. Am I super happy with my weight? Honestly, I could work on it. But like I said, with COVID, I'm even happy if I can maintain my weight during the holidays because it is hard. And I took up some sports like running, but not crazy. I usually exercise, like I could make a whole video of my exercise right now, but I don't want to weigh myself because I think it really gives you the wrong idea, especially after an eating disorder and a perfectionist mindset. Even I talked to a lot of people, and they told me the same thing, where they would focus on the number, but that they would gain more weight or they would be more upset. And it's like this: when you step on the scale and you see a bigger number, you're upset. You go eat a bunch of food because you're upset because you already messed up and you can't lose any weight or whatever your goal is. Or if you see and this is usually how it was with an anorexic mindset as well, and a lot of people with an eating disorder number, most people want to lose the weight, and I need to make separate videos for people that need to gain the weight, because me saying lose weight might be triggering, so I do apologize if that is triggering for you. But my point is that the scale really throws you off, and if you step on it and it's a lower number, then you're happy and you celebrate and you might go eat more food. I mean, that's how it was for me. Even if it's stable, I would go eat more food because, oh, I'm the same weight anyways. Really threw me, it didn't make me in tune. Okay, now I'm more in tune. Do I feel hungrier than usual because I ran this morning? Okay, maybe I need to add some more fats today because they're a bit more caloric dense and I want to feel satisfied. And I want to make little habits change that can help me lose weight slowly. Like start walking more. Like instead of driving to my yoga class, which is really close now, I walk there. It's a 15-minute walk there and then a 15 back. So 30-minute walk plus a yoga class. I got some, and walking, it's something you can't overdo. It's so simple, it's relaxing, and it's an exercise at the same time. So I really enjoyed that. But anyways, back to holidays. I want to make more videos, especially holidays and COVID. I think it is hard for a lot of people. It's hard for people with eating disorders. I understand. I always have like a million thoughts. Throughout these years, it's been different. Like a year, for a while, I had like an orthorexic mindset where, oh, this food is bad, even if it's healthy, like nuts is bad, so I wouldn't even have it on the holidays. But now I will allow myself, for Thanksgiving, it was a very fatty meal. Like, not fatty, like, it was a very, high in fat meals. Like it had coconut milk and the same thing will happen for Christmas. Like I will have more fat because it makes it more good, but I will still try to have it healthy. In the end, I just want you guys to know that it is hard for a lot of people, but if you can really remove the scale and focus on how you feel. Do you want to feel bloated and gross after your meal? Or do you want to enjoy your meal like everyone else does? And if you have a certain dietary where, because I'm more, vegan for a lot of reasons, and it's not just the weight, obviously. If I really wanted to be at a low weight, I could have just calorie counted of any meals, like it doesn't matter, or whatever. I could do a billion different restrictive fad diets and get to a weight I want. But that's not what I want. I want to create a lifestyle and an identity that I was talking about in my earlier video. I want to create an identity of who I am. I'm a person who wants to be healthy, even on the holidays, and especially on the holidays. Guys, because of COVID and holidays, this is when we should be really caring about what we put inside our bodies. And by the way, I hope it's not been blurry. I feel like it's been blurry the whole time. I'm sorry if it was. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, okay. So especially right now with COVID and it being hard to stay not only fit, but remember guys, it's also about health. Like when I started removing the scale, I realized, oh my gosh, with COVID, I really need to up my raw vegetables and fruits, not because of the weight, but because of, come on, like COVID, like I want to be healthy. I'm putting in ginger everywhere now, raw ginger in my teas, because it's easy to get sick, even if not COVID, but then the flu and other things, because of the weather changes and things like that. But my point is that I want to encourage you guys to really focus on how you feel these holidays. I want to really encourage you to not focus as much on the scales, more like measurements, or even just focusing on, okay, I want to at least stay the same, because for a lot of people, even just staying the same weight after the holidays is already a big success. I mean, it was for me. After Thanksgiving, I didn't gain a bunch of weight like last year, and I feel it in my clothes, not even the scale. And I didn't weigh myself. I did not weigh myself, but my clothes told me that it's the same weight. And just being more intuitive. Even if, because on Thanksgiving, I technically stayed the same thing I usually do every day. I didn't change my meal plan. If you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would have just leave that. And if you really want to be like super hungry for, your Thanksgiving meal, maybe just make your size a little bit smaller. That's what I did for Thanksgiving. But then the next day I had my usual size, and I knew that my food would be very high in calories because of the nuts and everything. So I knew that if I had a little bit less for my first meal, my lunch, then I knew that I would have enough calories later. And I had the half of a pie, okay? Half a pie by myself with whipping cream and plus my soup and everything. So I had plenty of food, plenty of calories, and I didn't count it, but I know that, you know, when you've had a past of calorie count, you just know what is high in calories and what isn't, and you just know about how much it is. But even if I didn't know exactly, I felt it. I felt that I was very full. And the next day I went running, actually, in the morning. Not because I was trying to burn off the calories. I already planned that run with a few of my friends, my running group, and it was a very lovely run. I didn't feel over full. I didn't feel like last year I was trying to burn calories. I went just because I wanted to enjoy it, and I want to keep healthy during the holidays. So that is it, and I hope you guys got motivation from this and encouragement. I want to make more videos definitely like this, especially, like I said, during the holidays, COVID, all of this can be hard, but I still want to be able to be as encouraging and as motivating as I possibly can, as well as helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy the holidays, and actually enjoy the holidays. Stay healthy, and I know there's a lot of temptations, but I should probably make a video of what helps to. Okay, anyways, I'll think of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.